we could get one more flush. So much more pain coming for us in crypto. The most important level that you need to watch here currently, the US dollar against the Japanese yen chart. Today we're going to talk about two charts that are the most important charts for the next 24 hours to know where the market is actually going. I believe we could be in for one more shakeout to the downside before we go up for good. And I will show you exactly how low that is. Let's go. Thank you so much for tuning in on this Sunday. For me, it's quite boring. I hate Sundays, but I came out here again on the Sunday. Every single day I'm here for you. Let's jump into this here. So the DXY chart is one of the charts that we need to look at. Preferably, I would like that the DXY chart keeps going down because remember, we made a trade here. So this trade is, of course, really nicely playing out, but unfortunately not the way that we wanted it to, because what we wanted was when we are going down on the dollar that Bitcoin goes up, which is not the case. Regardless, I might start taking profit here around the 102.9 point level. I will not wait that we break lower. So I will make sure, because we're here in that big support zone for the dollar, where we have a bounce potential, that I take some profits already here. And just that you know, my stop loss is already at 103.4 points. So even if the candle tomorrow bounces back to the upside and then goes down, doesn't matter anymore. I'm out. I made some nice profit on this trade. And that's fine. So, but if we come down here to like 102.9 points, I would just take a little bit profit, guys, not everything, a little bit. And then I'm leaning back and see if we get all the way down here to take to close the full position. If I see from here a bounce, I will close it somewhere here in between before it actually reaches my stop loss. That's how I'm going to play this. One of the most important charts over the next 24 hours that we need to watch is actually not the DXY chart. It is the US dollar against the Japanese yen chart, because look at this massive drop here over the last couple of weeks. I'm here on a daily chart and look at this selling volume that also came in. Again, we spoke about this yesterday, that the Japanese borrowing machine comes to a halt and people panicking about the interest rate hikes in Japan and now understand they need to pay interest on their loans. That's why they're getting their money out and putting it elsewhere, and also partially to repay the interest that accrued. It could be that the spook of the market is over by tomorrow. So like I said, next 24 hours we're going to know. If it's over, what I'm looking for is a bounce. If we get a bounce tomorrow, you can assume that we are fine, we are safe. We will not go lower. That's it. The local low is in, and we're going to continue to go to the upside. If we keep dropping and we actually go below that support here and retesting this and going lower, then be prepared, guys. There is so much more pain coming for us in crypto that we think we go back into a bear market. It will be short-lived. I can tell you this, it will be super short-lived. It will be not something that we have to drag out over a couple of months. It will be short-lived, but that move under the support level with that retest and a small continuation to the downside before we can say that this was a deviation, yeah, that will hurt, because there will be another potentially 2-3 weeks before things start to turn around. And they have to turn around for the US election, so because if the stock market is tanking in the US, it doesn't look good for either party. So what they're going to do is cut interest rates as fast as they can, quantitative easing, print money, inject it into the system to prop everything up again. So that is maximum happening by September, in my opinion. But they will not let this go on for a long time with the Japanese yen and the interest rate hikes that we're experiencing there. Then the second most important chart that we need to look at is the CME chart. So here also something really interesting happening right now. The Bitcoin price is, I have to adjust it a little bit. at $60,850, so which is on the CME chart around 61,100 approximately. So we have here a massive CME gap of $2,000. This CME gap, so here comes now the problem. There's two scenarios how this can play out, and it has to do with the Japanese yen. You have to understand this. That's why it's important that you watch first what the yen is doing before you... Oh, that's actually now a good question. Is the Japanese market open? Do they open before CME opens tomorrow? That's a good question. Let's check. What's the time difference to Japan? So I need Tokyo time now. Okay. So they open at 9, so in 12 hours. Okay, I think CME opens earlier. CME opens earlier before Japan. So we cannot rely on the CME chart, what's happening here. So here, most likely scenario, what's going to happen, because CME opens before Japan, the Japanese market does. We will come up and close that CME gap here at $63,000. But now I have a problem. If the Japanese market keeps tanking and the USD Japanese yen chart keeps losing value, then this will be just a fake out and we come down and fill then also the other CME gap just below us. So we are so close to touching the CME gap below us that it is really hard to determine if we first go down, fill this, and then go back up to the upside. So, but my thinking is, that's actually the case. So when CME opens, because they're opening before the Japanese market, first we're going up. Everybody will get trapped here. That it will be a bull trap, technically. And from there, if the Japanese market keeps tanking and it's not bouncing, we keep going lower and filling the CME gap, and only from here we are going to bounce back to the upside. If the Japanese markets tomorrow open and we are good on the US dollar against Japanese yen, then you're going to see continuation. That is what's most likely going to happen here on the CME futures chart. Also here on the 4-hourly chart for Bitcoin, I found something really interesting that I want to show you guys. And that is an Elliott wave count. So here, Elliott wave, you start from the bottom. You have here your 1. You have here your 2. It's a small 2. You have a big 3, where we go up and up and up. So if I draw a line like this, you see this a little bit better. You have here your 4. You have here your 5. So now if I draw this line, let me just adjust this a little bit. See here, the 3. On the way up, that was the support line to the 3. You had the same here for the 4. So 4, 5. Now, we are in an ABC correction. 1, 2, 3. So ABC. The problem here is now, we don't know how low is DC. So how can we determine that? Potentially with Fibonacci retracement levels. So we are here in the Fibonacci extensions. This should not be normally DC for us. We should not go lower than the Fibonacci extension level. We will get confirmation that down here was the C when we break above $63,400. Back into the non-extended golden ratio. So if that down here was the C, you're going to see over the next couple of hours here on the 4-hourly chart a mean reversal to the upside. Because usually when we come into the C section of a Fibonacci retracement of an Elliott wave corrective count, you get an impulse move back to the upside once the C is completed. So and that's what we are basically waiting for now. And guys, don't forget, I'm trading here on ZoomX currently. On ZoomX, you still get $10 just for signing up on ZoomX. Take all the money that you can get for free, guys, especially when we are potentially about to form a bottom here. Again, we need to be a little bit cautious with the Japanese markets tomorrow. But potentially we are forming here the bottom, and $10 can turn really quick into $100, and 100 to 1,000, 1,000 to 10,000. So I have done it multiple times. Remember, guys, my story, $50, 50 euros is what I started with in 2015. That's what I started with, 50 euros, guys. You know, so course, it was 5 times more than $10. So, but you know what I mean. You know, small amounts can add up to big amounts later on if you are determined. So go and sign up with the link in the description, guys. You get also $45,000 in deposit bonuses. And I'm still confident that this trade here will pan out for me on ZoomX. Then here on the daily chart, the most important level that you need to watch here currently is that green support area from $60,600 to $59,700. Also here, that doji candle that we are currently forming, if we can close this pinboard candle as it is and get tomorrow another green candle to the upside, at least to $62,000, that would mean that we put in a reversal candle, a morning star pattern, and would also lead to continuation to the upside. And we would then also go and complete the inverse head and shoulders pattern. Remember here, left shoulder, head, potential right shoulder. So that is what we are looking out for. Also, the indicators are telling us that we are overextended here in terms of being oversold. The stochastic is already flatlining on the daily. The MACD still has bearish momentum, but the RSI is already slowly turning around. Here is right now no divergence yet, as far as I can see, but on lower time frames is already for sure one building. Then here on this 4-hourly chart, if you want to take a scalp trade, there is one scenario of a scalp trade if we are getting it. Let's say price is reversing today slightly back to the downside. We're coming back to $64,300. That will become your entry for the scalp trade, and then all the way up here to this upward sloping resistance line currently of that bigger pennant. That will become your take profit point at $63,200 approximately. It's a 4% trade. 4% potential profit here. You can trade this, you know. So I'm also trading this. But when we're getting up here to that trend line, I will watch closely if I take profit, because we could potentially break through this, go all the way up to $64,700 and only reject from here. So hence why I want to watch this live and see how price is reacting around that level once we are getting up there. So also here the MDX algo scalp gradient is telling me we are here completely cooled down. Look at how many take profit arrows we had. Here was earlier another one. So the reversal indication is also here. So everything is pointing to that price will now get at least a small relief back to the upside based on the gradient. And also you see here, potentially the current candle is a little bit bluish already. I don't know how well you can see that, but here the current, this is annoying. I get rid of it. So here, this is a little bit bluish already, this current candle here, which is also showing that price is potentially warming up to move here back to the upside into supply. Again, you get these indicators with the MDX Algo Suite. There is a link in the description. You get 10% discount only with that link, guys. Only with that link you are eligible for 10% discount, because I negotiated that for you with the founder of the MDX Algo company, guys. So go and check it out, because it helped us to make a lot of money here on the way up. Remember here, this trade was given with the MDX Algo, where I said we're going to bounce here to the upside because price is warming up here on that buy signal. I actually think, did I not tell you before already? Yes. So here, down here, we were here. So here, before we got this buy signal, I told you that I'm not waiting for the buy signal. When I get here a lot of these dots, that is usually when I start entering and see price more or less reversing to the upside. So basically what we are seeing right now, you know, so I have here one take profit point. I have here a reversal indication, here another reversal indication, and now this current candle is kind of turquoise-ish and not green anymore. So which is also telling me that price is most likely going back to the upside based on this MDX gradient. So make use of it with the link in the description. The liquidation levels also in the MDX Algo Suite. Here we could get one more flush below slightly $60,000. But I think if we would do that, we would straight come back up here. Above us is definitely more liquidity still stacked than below us. Also here on these levels. Here really important that we reclaim the 200 moving average on the 4-hourly chart and the EMA ribbon at $64,200. That is the most important thing for Bitcoin right now to do. Reclaim the 200 moving average on the 4-hourly time frame so that in the short term we see a nice reversal back to the upside, and then of course attack all the liquidity that is above us. Again, if let's actually see what happened here over the weekend. Yeah, you see here below us there's not much liquidity. All the liquidity is above us. That has built up here because so many shorts came into the market. Maybe let's also have a look at the long-short ratio. It's happening here. Let's see, long-short ratio. Okay, here actually people are more bullish than bearish right now. Over the last 4 hours, so this is different. So let's see, 24 hours. Okay. So there is on Binance. Okay, more people are long than short on Binance. The same on Bybit. Okay, people are getting smarter and anticipating that we are close to the bottom, hence why they are all longing. So, which makes sense. You know, I'm also long multiple $100,000 on another platform, plus the $100,000 on ZoomX. The Bitcoin dominance is raging here, still to the upside. I think now that this is going to continue, that we actually will come up and touch the 57.15% level before we see potentially a blow off top here, and then finally come down, and altcoins will then have finally the run that we are waiting for. But also this, I think we still need to wait like 2-3 weeks before we see a proper run in altcoins, because right now Bitcoin suffered a lot because of the world economic situations, and Bitcoin will get a bounce from this, and when Bitcoin gets a bounce, the dominance will still keep going up. So before we see here a really consistent downwards move, breaking support level after support level and starting to get into the altcoin season that we're all waiting for, I think this will still, it will still take like at least 2-3 weeks before we're going to see this to happen, and the dominance could go as high as like 59% in my opinion before we see a massive reversal. So be prepared that while Bitcoin is running, some of the altcoins will actually not perform well. But Ethereum is not one of them. Ethereum should perform well. I need again to change one color here. It starts to annoy me, guys, you know, from support into resistance. But remember what I told you a couple days ago, I think it was even a week ago. I told you if we come down here, this will be a life-changing opportunity to buy Ethereum at these prices here, because we potentially, again, if the Japanese market is not tanking more tomorrow, that's it in my opinion. You know, we touched here, like I said, the upper end of it, $2,860. Said if we come down here, buy as much as you can. I still believe that we are not going lower again if Japan is playing nice, and that we are reversing back from here to the upside. So the imminent target still remains then here, the golden ratio, most important target. Once that is flipped, we are clear to go to $4,000. But this is the first thing that we need to clean and break through for this going to happen. Then Solana looks also like that it has potentially bottomed out here. Here I also would like to see a flip of the golden ratio, $146, before I open or add to my positions that I have. So I'm waiting for that, because currently it's giving us resistance. Once we're breaking through this, I will then add more to my current Solana position, because it will also potentially end this crazy angle of a downwards trend. See here, there's a really steep angle that we are going down here. So can I actually make a count here, a corrective Elliott wave count? So I can actually make a count when we went up. So, but the corrective count, that is a really ugly count to make here, because usually it would be a 1, 2, and then where stops the C, you know? So that the C goes that. Okay, golden ratio, you know, so, but that is ugly. That is really ugly. I'm more actually in favor of pulling something like this and say that is the count. That's how the count goes. So, but you see here again, the golden ratio was potentially the C of that corrective Elliott move correction. Again, if we reclaim the golden ratio, trade above $147, you have your confirmation, and then we will continue to go to the upside. Here, imminent target, in my opinion, for Solana will be 154 and then $163. Also, the indicators are telling us the same thing. Here on the 4-hourly chart, we are about to get a buy signal with the next 4-hourly close on the MACD. Stochastic pointing to the upside. RSI going up, having here a small bullish divergence. Really, really tiny one. I think I need to go to like the 1-hourly chart to get a proper one. But you see here, there's really, really small bullish divergence that hasn't played out yet, guys. So it hasn't played out. So yeah, that's why I'm still looking at this. And I almost forgot, guys. Guys, if you don't have any money right now, or you only have like $100, go and sign up on Bybit. Use the $100 just to deposit them there. You don't need to touch them whatsoever. Just deposit them there, and then you get a $500 airdrop position on leverage that you can use to make here really, really nice amounts of money. So $500 is, of course, way better than $10. So with $500, I don't need to tell you that you can make a couple $1,000, and then you can actually withdraw this profit minus the $500 initial dollars. So the $500 you cannot withdraw, but you can trade with it. And the profits that you make out of it, that is what you can actually withdraw. So go and take advantage of that while this offer is still there. So this is expiring soon. So make use of it. Take all the money that you can get for free from these exchanges. And that's already everything for today, guys. Boring Sunday a little bit, but I hope you still enjoyed it. So make sure that you smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you then again. I hope with more money tomorrow.